Welcome to the Football Experience, a podcast which details the sport in Botswana through the eyes of an athlete, a coach, or an administrator. I'm your host, Kagiso Rantswaneng, same names on social media. Today we are broadcasting from the Hope Worldwide Botswana offices in Extension 11, Gaborone. The Football Experience has partnered with the NGO to take the amazing services to Botswana. Brenda Mutsilenyane will share information about our program called Women Empowered, Economic Strengthening by Hope Worldwide Botswana later on. This is the Football Experience. Our guest today is a football administrator of note, a passionate pen artist and a student of the game. He made a name for himself as the treasurer or finance director at Gaborone United from 2004 to 2015. He has contributed his 2 cents on numerous publications as a guest contributor, and I have it on good authority that he's working on a book. His name is Kagiso Rantswaneng, but we call him King KG, aka Pansola for Life, aka The Pa. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks a lot, folks. The fact that you actually said Pansola for Life, I know my day is made.
Kana, had I spoken to you earlier, Keshonka bo really do riwa.
Oh, take a helete.
Operile lo to how di mahorele chase.
Give me like, yeah, you don't get to chase. I give a compare croquete maso. Gonna let me get to it.
No, when I listen to this video, I can see Jones, Rolo, get on the little Crockett and Jones, but I don't see them in shops anymore. There
are 2 shops more Botswana. Telo Hanga Kadi broadcaster Kadi ha mileage home pier. There are 2 shops, but or never eats. Young we go batse, young we mohaburut.
Young we go African more. I knew it.
No, not necessarily. Bazali ba me bone ke ba maketsi like mama, but my dad comes from Lepolole ke Mokwena, but agree jore ba bomme rata go gogela ka ha gore na thata re hela re tlwela ka kwa thata bo malome ba tsokolo ba tse boma. So we grew up even Beast Muma, former Zebras player, he's actually my uncle. So learn how come mana go apara yang ke re tsere style so go ne ku.
Nice. Speaking of which, you have a very unique surname, Rantswaneng.
Yes.
And Hakisi Kutlu batho ba le bantsi thata along my circle, especially ya media, ya sport or entertainment, ba ba bidiwang bo Rantswaneng. Le kae kwa lapeng?
We are, including my parents, then I've got 2 siblings, 5, in our nuclear family.
Yes.
And then Kitrize bo Rantswaneng. Ba neano ke le borantshwane ba le 5 my wife and 4 kids, beautiful kids. Yes. So borantshwane me ba teng ko mo Lepolole. It's we actually come from mo Khosing ko mo Lepolole. Ga re di Khosi me re tswa mo Khosi because my grandfather and my great grandfather ne le batho ba Khosing. Hanga ke bona ba bereka le Khosi ka eng na kweo mine le bone ba ba tona mo Khosing ba le gore ha go tsewa gona le batho go ding ke baloi ne ba nelwa bo ntate mogolo le nna bone ba go dila le baloi ba
nya mo ska we information e batho ba bolo le pakanyo ba toga ba re ba lekeletsa dilo tsa teng o rata family mo go maso. I don't think there are many families out there mo ka bona motho a tlile le mosadi wa gago le bana ba gagwe ba apere team colors ba ile ko lebaleng, but it's something that you've done ka family ya gago mo go maso, which means sport le family ke dio tse di important mo go wena. Where does this come from?
Folks, when I grew up, my dad used to do that to us. My dad would get mama and us nale na kwa musimane lo amosana tot. And we used to stay le other relatives ko lapeng. My dad would get us road clear up as a raid, including all these relatives. Ba re ba tsere go mo Lepole ba mbatso ko ka go gangwa ketse ba re isa stadium. Somebody standing le tharo some go nga mo tlhabeng re be re tsamaya. We used to even go ra go lebella bo Kaizer Chiefs. Sorry to mention Kaizer Chiefs. Ke bua ka leina ka re ke ha mileage re ya go ha Mafikeng ba tsama ka le Timisi, some people about Diana Cosmos, is in Jomo Cosmos. The picture of the thing can I only even today. Wow. So my dad showed me what sport has an individual forte, ki a family affair. That's what he showed me. And whenever I'm in football, whether as an administrator, I treat everyone as family. That's why I said
So what our papa can have encouraged go nothing ya GU go nothing ya Kaizer Chiefs.
Yes.
Me
re harologana go moseja hela.
Go moseja wana wa Liverpool.
Ene ke mo menu o likile go ngogela go ke padi.
A re bua ka Gaborone United because you're on a team ya gago e tona mo Botswana and we've known you. But I think even now re ntse re go attach le Gaborone United because that's how passionate you are about the Reds. O gakologela from those early days on so we support on so tsamaya le papa go la go e lebela.
And kore ironically ne re ha GU tshameka I was one of the ball boys gape. Go training ya GU ne gona le balanyalo ka ha thoko. Re le bo under 9, under 11, under 13. Kan re gona le bo CBA tsa di team. Kore that's how structured football was then. Me bona re ke bua gompieno Fox bua le nakele kana kang. Me ke bua structure se le gore I was then bo 7 years go ke go lela mo go sona. So the way it came about was having been part of the process, felt in namo madingame ke tshela ka yona. Actually felt there's nothing beyond football. Se nanga selela. Ku tla ke tla gona le family ano. Be ke le mo no, me family ke yone pele than football. But still that's why ra gona le game palo go ka tsama. My dad actually got me into this. Ebile ano ha sa tsana lapa a sa tsama ina ntse ke tsama. Ne ke tlhola le go stadium kwa Fox. Ha ile gore yana go samka other teams because now I'm not ha ke motho wa team ke motho wa football. Ha o samka other teams ne ra go huhumela ra go stadium. Re sna madi a tsena re tsena mo ditshipinya. A go bona re how tiny I am ne re tsena mo ditshipi. Ra go le ban match. What team here say supporting. And from there on I believed gore football is encompassing and everybody must be a part of the game.
Does this mean o goletse mo Gaborone o tsene sekolo mo Gaborone?
Born and bred mo Gaborone. Sengwe se sa me sire mo Gaborone. Ke tsholetse mo Gaborone, ke tsene sekolo mo Gaborone, ke bereka mo Gaborone.
Ngwana Princess Marina nna ke itha ke ro taro o kilo a boa go lo batsego go no ithuta bo pantshola te. Yeah, no, you know, you pursued sport with your family, your dad introducing you to sport on nawa teng o bo se rata ibilo bo se tshameka from an early age.
Yes.
It's amazing gore papa ga go kwa lapeng na go encourage ibila go isa because during your time so go te extracurricular activities DRD ya go te ya go dibukeng. Why was your family different then?
We played football on the street. You'll be surprised folks go ragre mo strateng sa rona. The rally team tse re khona gore re challenge the other streets. And parents would watch us play mo strateng. Khandre ba bona gore talent ha ya gilwa halete. And then ha gona le school sport. Our parents will even come. Ba itse re ngwana o la ha ka re tsholla re bone bokgoni wa gagwe. E bona le other teams still gore re kopana no re ne ke go letse ko Newstands mo Gaborone. Newstands would play probably extension 2. But some White City jalo jalo. Gore go ira team ya Newstands. And gono ho gore re ke nna part of team eo. Folks, I wouldn't lie to you, but ba ba mpone ke samka ball. They will tell you gore ne ke itse bolo to what level. Nanga tswa ke tlogetse kana go ikena ke tlotseng ka yone. But that is, I can tell you, when I look back I said, but ne ke itse this game. I should have pursued it probably as a profession, but I didn't. One thing intriguing, when I completed my Form 5, there was a cousin ya mama na anyalwa aya ku America. She wanted to go with me to America. Mama refused. Wow. I don't know. Ngwana ke ga tsamaya bolo ga ena bosola a gre no libya bolo a botswana. A tsena sekole.
Looking back, do you regret gore nka bo tshamekile go bo LA Galaxy ya ka Dips kana was it the right move at the time? Gore mama wa re sale.
You know, I often say to people, this is my motto of life. I never regret choices I made in Mobotshelo, whether influenced or otherwise. I regret this choice I was influenced by my mom. But it's at the time when the decision is made, all issues that matter were relevant and were present. Hence the decision. So looking back and regret would not actually help the situation. But I can craft a path for other people coming kumaragan, like I'm trying to do with my son. Yes, I'm trying to do something with him. Watch the space.
Definitely. O boya go tsena tertiary kae, and how was it like kana o tsena mo tertiary? Now this is a new space, onzo rata sport, onzo na le responsibility kwa lapeng.
Tertiary ke ne le mo university, but then ga ke ka tshameka bolo to level e kore ha ke nka ra honest ano e tswa mo go nna
go sna books le ke kana kwa lona
ne ntse le teng ne ntse le teng bo gilikane le bangwe ba le styles so now then go tswa ho be ka go tsana kira professionally and ke batla gona professionally kira sima studies ko BAC so now go tswa ho Fox o simula no re then this is my life hence now ile gono ho as young as I was got back into football and as an administrator I can still help mo football but how ka lebela dingwa tse ke tsene mo bolong ka tsone as an administrator I could still have played then me go ne gona le ha kile ra boela teng ro kera rona kana botsadi bo KG ra boela then I trained with Extension Gunners na kwa Roy Barreto Extension Gunners ne na le bo Chico there's a good team there bo Sabo bo Desmond Hambira bo Jiki just quite a lot bo Tumideka we used to drive from here Real Bats and I was a good driver ready ka tla go bolela so I was just about to be registered this is on record kana kwa Roy Barreto le bo Chico dance batla go bolela
ne le ngwa ma
ke ne le ngwa ma ne go hale early 2000 early 2000 then again na injured mo training so that's why na be ke tlogela bolo I got injured muscle wa me go phula hanga go bontsha go dumela me ke gona go ragaraga ga go le Sunday me but then muscle go phulela ruri mo le rone go tike go operator then I refused be ke tsala rumo go tshameke
o rata bolo mo eleng gore you were always looking for an avenue if you can't play then obata avenue yengwe yo kana involved mo go yone how did you get into football administration
I would not say it's by coincidence I would say good design because then go get mo administration ne gona le it was in 2014 bo re kilisitse kilika le bo re matlhwane ko jiu ba tsaya team o te ba le ke gore ke na go ne team ile go le role if you remember
yes
ka 2000 yes 2024 I can't remember no 2004
yes
kana re go kopanya dingwa ga yano yes 2004 ha ke a go tsena bo re matlhwane le re gilika and others be le go ra re go no ho be bang kopana from the supporters tso tletsa jiu ba re kopa go gore thusa o ne ra matlotlo
more so that's what you studied
baby ke tla ke tsena ke ba thusa it was a shorter period then I think it was 5 months because it was the second half of the season it's really big e be go ra ke ba thusa ha go tswa ho e be go tsena di club tsa 2005 yano then I was elected as the treasurer wa GU ke tsena le borre Papane mo committee nyano borre Nkomazana Professor Fidelis Nkomazana yes
that's a long time ago 2004 asemaba
yes
we tletse go ntse jang because you are bringing your expertise as an accountant now o tsena mo setup nya a social club to try to add your 2 cents or this is the proper way of doing things we tletse di buka di ntse jang
then no sa di read buka no sa di read buka madina tsena mo khitsi ngwa bantshwa ka ngwa nelwa ba nelwa there was no record I put up the structures tsa record keeping I put up the structures ka 2005 imagine ha re ta wina league re palama re ta borwela mo Premier League re ne re sena le sponsor sena le madi but madi at the gate ana ra tsena go bo sharp se go kai is the money that we saved ra keep or a berge di tiro tse di tshwanetseng hell and ultimately we saw us over the hill every qualifier ta go Premier League that is the structure sa ke se baka 2005 yes improving over time go tlhela ka ta go tlogela ka 2015 yes
in many instances the professional had you come footballer they are And it's a sensitive profession, accounting, because you can lose your license. You are part of an organization. But when you kept on and worked for over 10 years, passionate about team besides the fact that it's a team that you loved growing up.
Fox. Football, a lot of things were not done properly. I don't know if they are now, but then a lot of things were not done properly. Even to actually get some guidance, like go BFA. No tell good club we were doing things better than them, in how they were keeping books, how they were accounting for several other things, how they could even play around with badges and all those things. So now for me, it was about infusing what I know with what others knew back in the industry. And I call it an industry. When we are not competitors. Administrators. Competition can 90 minutes more. Now we are not competitors. We can actually fuse together our knowledge, our skills, our expertise, and grow the industry together. But it was unfortunate that we competed even administratively. And others which are but I could help hard. But because now Barawa computer 90 minutes, but you are going to come in and then see the Pirita how they do stuff. Well, now you are not in that. Well, let's create a a platform. Everybody else, and the structure is solid. Everybody else who comes, doesn't matter whether KG is there or not. Everybody else picks from that. That is what we prophesied and we wanted. We preached to the GU, wanting everybody to be part of the industry. But it's unfortunate. We continue to compete even administratively. It's very unfortunate.
On kopisa show ngwana host ya Ibrahim ngwana o blind ana video ya hood gunia na moyar na FM ana video the Sunday soccer show had the love sport more than you love your team. Borussia Dortmund dikila Bale are out together rivals Bayern Munich. So where administration is concerned, that we should draw the line ya go competition and know that we can learn from each other.
Yes.
You talked about the fact that Halepakamaka 2005 there were no partners or sponsors. Obobankanya Dibuka, is that to say Hobankanya the financial aspect and the administrative aspect of the team le committee no na lone ke yone irile gore batho ba khone go bona brand ba lona ba khone go partnera le lona, because over the years le di partner tse dintsi even now GU attracts a lot of partners.
Definitely. The big thing in partnership, trust, where you actually trust the folks. Many people force trust. Folks no trust the trust is embedded in how you perform when. Then I can trust this guy's word, I can trust his processes, I can trust his behavior. Trust is not something that is verbal. It's a doing word. And trust builds more in integrity. People are similar to how you carry yourself, how you dress, folks. People can say, me this one in okara mati. Over and above all these other things, the perceptions of people matter most. Perception, if it multiplies in effect, though it's in effect in the mouths of many people, what a fox! Fox only because I said so. The other person said so. It's perception, and ultimately it becomes a fact that's unsupported. So you ought to avoid creating bad perceptions in people at all costs. So you have to have communication strategies study proper. You have to have strategies across all board, whether communication, finance strategy, partnership strategies that you want to embark on, even growth strategies, so that when people come to your office, this person understands what he's talking about. You must own up, go deeper into it and understand it. But most people now, we just read it on the surface. And then perceptions had it and remove away. So now we make sure we create that integrity, dignity, trust in people. There's one thing that Mahatma Gandhi said, folks. I like that quote. Ke tla tlhalosa ka Setswana gore Batswana re utlwe sentle. Are ha re ka go lemoga kana raya le meono ya batho ya gore wa belaesega. Go tsong ho sengwe le se se dirang sa go belaesega. Wa itshwara gore are once we created a perception ya gore or believe ya gore this guy whatever he does is suspicious. Folks, even if you do good, we still suspect you.
What more than your reputation precedes you?
Yes.
Are you lost to the game in terms of being an administrator? Kana you are open to coming back?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure can I come back because I love what I do now for sport. I'm not in a box. I'm called for various shows. You guys sometimes I'm here with you because what I've seen sport is in Botswana has about people who are truthful, has about neti how neti you are an enemy of the state because folks tell me the truth than telling me a lie. 5 years later, or me 5 years ago,
we talked about this. Box again. You know, speaking the truth only. Sometimes it's just conflicting ideas. If there is ever a thing, say debate where and free, I can think of two things at the top of my head. Politics. We have the right sport. Ke sone se go letla long gore di emotion di tsengwe mo sporting analyst ha re bitsa re bata etseng ya di emotion but e ka re mo Botswana we are not allowed to have free will and to question the powers that be le go commenta gore rena ra akanya eng why go ntse
we forget one thing that I've seen over years. We forget that offices we hold are public offices. Similarly, owner na kore kana ke le treasurer wa GU, ultimately being finance director because the GU had a board. Like owner that nobody else outside back in Lebone but my belief in leadership I might be available to be given that opportunity to lead available other people maybe so I have to make sure these people I get back to them folks all the time. Get expertise from them, get wisdom from them, get knowledge from them, get divergent views from them. Then people are become open or criticize the system. But the system cannot be criticized. Even miniaturely in those teams, let's say we are a team because you system criticize all
or how you criticize our outside, you are an enemy. You have people in management, but discuss a screenshot that's idea and they discuss you on more social media. What kind of leadership is that? Like, how do we address this to a point whereby we can be subjective and become the leaders we are supposed to be? Baba address and dilo page.
There's again another quote. Nelson Rodriguez Falcao Kagiso Rantswaneng bu go tlhoka pono mo go ntse a re mala ja re dirisele go bogo go tlhoka pono mo go ntsi mo kgweleng ya dinao ke go leba go ba matlho a go hela mo bolong wa utlwa gore
broaden your spectrum
go tlhoka pono mo go ntsi mo kgweleng ya dinao ke go ba matlho hela mo bolong o rare kana ha o bele matlho hela mo bolong ga bone what's happening around you agree le bolo o lebile bolo hela then gona le bo blind side wa itse fox mo tha bolo mo thing I didn't see him coming. The man who's making the run and he's not carrying the ball now, he's the dangerous man. So Falcao ke bona bo go tla mo kgweleng now. So gompieno if our focus is on keeping Mogwebi happy ke yone bolo a rona ra go lebala tse tsotle tse le gore di mattera for the industry yotlhe ka boyone because we want to keep Mogobe happy. Ke bone bohuhu bo botona kana botlhokapono bo botona.
Tla ke go ntsha mo boxing with my next line of questionings before re wrap up. Gona le scandal sa di referee. In your books, how should we have addressed it from a mother body perspective? Kore eseng di report kore banga bolo ngabo ba addressitse yang so far because it has been trending for over a week now.
Oh, this one ya go ting go la le bo di league Okay, I think I'm disappointed because I think everybody is just jumping the gun. Everyone's wanting to be relevant. When this thing broke out, it's a re in the aftermath ya gore re be re bona mokolo no tswa go CAF or some of the referees tsa rona ne di suspendilwe wa bona e be go sena go nna le that leak yone ya Vegas note. Yes, it's unrelated incidences, but ya CAF ke silly, this one is a different one, but all boils down to a simple thing. How much are we doing for the referees? How much are we doing for the referees? The reason why I'm saying how much is that our referees should actually be feeling that they are professionals now. Not only when they are out go CAF, balemo. But it's already they are running in a profession that has ethics. Locally here, in ethics it has to be run professionally, financially rewarding, they're protected, all those things.
Even just to call an official hella should be an offense on its own.
So putting up structures like those, the clocker, deliberate and intentional, decisive management or leadership. It doesn't matter if they apply, 30% of them apply now. 70% will still apply later. Doesn't matter. Let me put them up. But our referees are getting paid by clubs.
Yes.
There's no sponsor for referees.
You
understand? They don't carry this as a profession. So if they don't carry it as a profession, that is how now the laxity that is going to happen within the industry itself. Because nobody carries this as a profession. I'm volunteering. Therefore, whatever I do shouldn't matter. You understand? So now, immediately before any other thing, the referees commission, people consent, the referee, immediately, an agent matter, BFA. But now, we see this trending, my second mote, BNSC mote, BFA, no, BFA salary quality suspended about Valley, CAF. BFA, so it's a pressure key, these two entities, Zankato. So tell me, a Katuva with Zang, Itabilema, Lebek by its cerebone, see football, now going to buy it.
Can it be pressured? Going forward, what changes?
My problem, folks, is that in Botswana, we don't take this as lessons. Things happen, and because then it's somebody else, we point a finger, then we forget about it. But Wamolau, by its origin, case Mama 1928. Yes, but Rona, we don't have that in football. These things are not documented to the extent that they can be referred back to and the railway what we are going through.
And the big elephant in the room, Mona, it's not an elephant, it's two elephants. Now have always come out. The moment it was mentioned, or host of AFCON 2027, no, I don't mind being the odd one out. I have my reasons. But let's hear from you. Do you think when we announced host 2027, the country financially was where it should be to host such a tournament, and leave football from a tactical and athletic point of view, where we in a good position our in America host Hannah successful right going forward?
I like the question, folks. The reason why I'm laughing is that in 2020, if I remember well, after Minister Akare said it publicly, go BFA elections, AGM, or now we are going to bid and host. Right, lovely. I put in just a brief of my thoughts, way back as 2020. There are a lot of other things. And government has actually even put aside projects on the NDP level. No, priority. And then here we're asking for billions to be put in the game. 2027. I agree it's a process going forward. Yeah. I will monitor how we are progressing. Even after I put what I put out. The reason why I say I was talking to that briefing, it's bad timing still, but if done accordingly, this is the time for us to take opportunity with the little funds availed for this particular project. Botswana a hub of human capital as far as football is concerned. We get our people trained. The referees were included in my brief.
Yes.
Administrators, the younger players, but at what age I stated that.
Only the policy to support that.
Yes, everybody. Then if we put money into human capital, at least we can now export our own human capital expertise. But for football. Yes, but football. The funds. 2027 is too soon for us to say we can host. Based on previous experience. We were supposed to be a training ground, to offer England training ground for 2010. But 3 years later, after the World Cup, Stadium Sarnake has Sibula has pentile pink. Sorry to use that word.
Yeah.
World Cup was a blow hell. Mirrors are before World Cup or England and never is a practice before Bayako South Africa. So best benefit of that, we will never be ready. Not only that, a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Hey, why can't we start small? Ribitse Kosafarta way hoster. Ribitse the under 17, under 20 AFCON. Did they? Ribitse on the host. While we gradually upgrading to where we should be. Financially, the country is not sound to actually lose those billions. I've been monitoring the budget statements the finance ministers. Under Ministry of Sports, Rebaya says 50 million. Projecting. Rebeta another 100 million. Projecting. But that has not come.
And in many instances, I think if we were to pick the last 2 years, a supplementary before even 9 months into the actual budget. And statistics suggest that for every country that hosts the AFCON, the national budget is affected for the next 2 years.
Yes.
Now that was my main concern. And I did a research label King Morph, and they said the average age of the national team is senior, 25, which means if we were to consider 2023, 2027, 22 right now, we 22 Rapa United, all these teams study top 8. Do you know anyone oiling a regular or performing at the highest level top 8 teams moja?
Team yanga orangare le the youngsters. Those are 2 teams senga buanga tsona. Ka orzone I visited them. Ke di bone. Ke Masitauka, ke 11 Angels. Kra consistently baba tshamikisa. Is baba Baba na mo benching ka go stand no baba tshamisa consistently we ska gate no re se re 5 not or musonyana lo ka tlatse no I mean players ba lo ba your game time. Now folks, how can lebella this issue ya even preparing for 2027 players barrel, because it was part of that. We should have we put a peg on the ground re goneha re simolla ka bana baba 17, that was 2020 how we again. So about 7 years going to 2027, which is 24 years. I get. But the average age of guy maybe 25 guy. So receive like about 17 ba. ra nna re ba bona re ba tlhopha kae gone mo within the country. The problem is we don't have those kids. Don't be under 17. Go school sport go sna boy. Where do you get those kids? O tlo bosmela ra borre state sogopolo state una le ba le ka go wena ka go. But second, but how much do we monitor what state is doing in his academy or is in his team? How much do we monitor anybody running an academy now? Thabo Mota. How much do we monitor what he does with the goalkeepers? For us to say when we call him, therefore, there's a statement that came from the association. They don't recognize any academy.
What an embarrassing statement.
Anybody, it's at their own risk. It's a press release, it's there. You saw it.
What an embarrassment. When you should be facilitating for Jonedi Academy, when you think it makes you cool Academy simply because you are targeting individuals. That's
the environment. That environment should have been nurtured. Because it already, both folks, but initiative and passion airborne. What about created these things? Now, why don't you say, oh, these things have come. Let me create a platform now. How can I help these people? Guys, how can I come in and help you? Because that's where you get your under 17 teams there. That's where you get your under 20 teams. People who are playing regularly.
Hush. And lastly, my king, before I let you go, what would be your advice for a young Kagiso Rantswaneng or young Hotsana go University of Botswana, about to pursue whatever they want to pursue professionally, but also are interested in more sports admin or what I saying before they pursue that journey?
Okay. Sports admin, you need the experience. Quickly on the job training. Every day, every minute, there's a challenge that comes through to you. You are keen in reading, folks. How is it admin? Even if you don't admin, good is not about the young guy who I'm trying to guide.
Yeah.
You need to be keen because FIFA statutes daring, it's a careful daring, it's a association daring. Even the competition rules that are here. You should have passion for that. Because you know you want to make a change. Don't go into admin saying, maybe this I will get something paid back to me at some point. Now, folks, I spent that 11 years in football. I never got a cent from it. And I spent my youthful life in football. Folks, we gave our lives to football. And we are saying we are not even saying people should pay us back. That is what we did out of our hearts. Nobody owes us anything. We could have done that better. We owe people something. Maybe that's what I can come back for, to actually add to what others are trying to do, but what needed to be done. The young person who sports admin, folks, must be keen. And I volunteer at the teaming any team. I'm available. How can I help you? Even if it's an IT person. We are prevalent in whatever is being done. I offer their skills on the IT side. Me abanta to the admin because when I was secretary general, general manager, treasurer, a lot of gaps. Ultimately, that person on the job training and read him a lot would actually bring out somebody. What is like Morna, believing in our own people and are touching them when it's necessary. Other people, but shy folks, they will not come out and say, "Can I help?" Let's say go matching. I pesala ba ta ke tse mo gating gore go tla gona le commotion. Wa ntlhaloganya. Azambale moyenyana. Ka moso wana wa ipesa ga bare o bona go be di khoninyana di khoni tla ke bona how many are they wa di count we ra o ba irela mo ka mo like o ba counter like equipment or something ga se mongwana mo le mo ka tlang and do that but bo mona na le initiative go spetsa gore ke a rata help me out. That's a cry to say help me out, I want to help you. Yeah.
King KG, thank you so much for your insights. Ra go respecta ra go rata ebile re dumela gore with you here on zo khala on zo dumalana le rona sport sa rona mo Botswana se ka gola gore bana ba rona ka moso ba itlhele e le gore environment e ba tsena mo go yone is better than the environment that you left or the environment that we are in right now. So peace and power to you and your family. Modimo a le se go hatsa braya ka. I'm waiting for your book. Untiela nako dira o kwa le book e re tle re bale, because one of the things that's lacking ke documentation gore re ne re ithuta mo go yone. But thank you so much, my king.
Yes, folks. Buka ke tla entsha. Ka itse documentation, wa itse nna ke motho go lwanka documentation, but ke tla ntsha buka rra. Ke le bogile thata gore o mpiditse ke tla go share this little insight ke na le one le kitsonyane nyenyane.
So there you have it. This is the Football Experience, a podcast which details sport in Botswana through the eyes of an athlete, a coach, or an administrator. Today we were hanging out with Kagiso Rantswaneng, aka King KG. He started off as a football administrator, but now he's a football analyst and contributor of note. I'm your host, Kagiso Fox Patsimo. Same names on social media. Let's now hear from Hope Worldwide Botswana about the program called Women Empowered, which deals with economic strengthening. Until next time, enjoy your week.
Good evening. This is Brenda Mutsilengane from Hope Worldwide Botswana. We are here once again to share on our interventions at Hope Worldwide Botswana. And today we'll be focusing on an economic strengthening intervention called Women Empowered. Hope Worldwide has an intervention called Women Empowered, in which we empower OVC caregivers, particularly to try to help them bring our households to stability. It's under the domain stable, where we help the households become stable and be able to provide for themselves and for the orphaned and vulnerable children in the households. Women Empowered is an intervention where we group caregivers for OVCs, and they can also involve the community gatekeepers or influential people in their community. And in such group settings, they discuss social issues, and they discuss how they can interchange their skills and abilities to help each other become independent in their households, to help each other become stable in their households. There are a lot of topics that are discussed as per the manual or as per the guide for the groups as they meet. Basically, they are usually called saving groups, and they are meant to try and make savings and start up businesses as a group, then along the way as households or individuals to benefit their households. We usually call it we. Ko we di kopana ka ditebe di kopana ka go bapa ga bone ba na le ka ba rutuntshwang ka teng re ntse re tsweletse le ka tsamaiso ya manual e le mo gore mo go yone ba rutwa gore go itirela kgwebo o tlhoka gore le setlhophana sa motshelo kana savings group jalo le ka dumalana dikgandi gore le hele le na le constitution e stempilweng e signweng le ne le bank account le ikgobokanyetsa madi ba rutwa bookkeeping gore ba record dipoloko tsa bone kana say the savings ba di boloke le gore ba ka heletsa re ga ba go di dirisa nteng e be ba ka kgona go accountela dipoloko tsa bone tsotlhe group e ka dumalana gore e kgobokanya 10 pula beke le beke ha ba kopana kana kgwedi le kgwedi e be madi a bona nna recordiwa re ntse re tsweletse re ba empower ka yone bookkeeping skills e be re boa re ba direla training ya basic business skills as we have said gore ba kgobokanya jana gore ba leke go itira dikgwebo potlana tse di ka ba tshetsang mo malapeng a bone mo basic business skills ba hiwa the basic education ya go run a business, something that will help them be accountable for their businesses and realize how they can make profits, including costing e leng gore bontsi bana ko re le bantsi ga re itse ka yone costing gore ditlhwatlhwa tsotlhe tse di kopanang go dira gore go beng tlhwatlhwa ya go rekisa le dipoelo go ditsengwa jang. And along with the basic business training be re nna re ba nonotsha ka botsipa jo bongwe jo gardening jo bo bidiwang permaculture or perma gardening go dira di tshingwana tsone tseo tse leng gore go dirwa gantsi go te the natural way or an easier way e leng gore go ka dirwa ditshingwana tse di ka ba tshetsang ebile tse di na le maungo le bogadi jo bo gaufi maungo a golang mme ba sa senyegelo ke bontsi ba madi kana ditshenyegelo di sa nne dintsi bo bokalo ba rutuntswa ka tsone ditshingwana tsone tseo gore ba ka di itirela le setlhopha ebe ba ka ja mo go tsone e le malapa a ditlhopha tseo ba ka tswella ba ka di itirela ditshingwana tseo ba di dira le setlhopha ba rekisa ya re letseno la bone la tlhabolla malapa a bone mo setlhophaneng sa rona sa wi go na le dio di le dintsi ke motshelo hela ka re bua gore ke motshelo go a adimiwa madi go na le di-interest tse di chargiwang mme ditlhophana jaaka di nna di kopana jalo di ntse di tsweletse ka go adimana le go adimisa le go itirela dikgwebo potlana ba ntse ba buisana ka matshwenyego a bone a selegae e le setlhopha ka gore bontsi ya bele setlhopha se nna mo kgalwaneng e le nngwe ba nna ba itekudisana ka botsogo ba selegae di-social ills social discussions tse e leng gore ba helela ba thusana ka dikgang tse di ntseng jalo go leka go tlhabolola botshelo ko malapeng botshelo ga se ko go jeng hela we know mental health matters a lot that's why go nna le dipuisano tsa dikgang tsa selegae gore e re se ka re nna re kopana re ntse jaana re le ka dikgwebo mme be re sa lemoge gore yo mongwe wa apalelwa ka lebaka le yo mongwe o imelwa ke se mme a re thusaneng jaana re ntse re tsweletse re ba refera re thusana ka di-referale gore ba itse di-stakeholder tse di mo mahelong a bone tse di ka ba thusang ka dikgwetlho tsotlhe tse ba ka tswang le tsone whether social financial or tsone tsa dikgwebo gore go ka tla boleya jang le jang ba rutuntshiwa ke a leboga